7:45. We're running a little bit overtime here. Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think we have time for the Alivast Oracle? Do you want to save it for next week?
You know what? We could speed through the Alivast Oracle.
I feel bad when we do that because so much time and effort goes into it.
I mean, we could shorten our time involved with it because I mean we don't do the Alivast Oracle in its entirety every time.
That's true.
Because we want people to go back and read it. Because a lot of work does go into the Alivast Oracle, and we think people should be able to read it on their own time.
Yeah, and then we definitely should read some of this thing. But we're going to start, ladies and gentlemen, with the letters of the Lady of Livrosia.
Let me go ahead and pull it up on my second monitor here.
I linked it actually in the chat.
I already have it.
Dear Lady,
thank you, though.
Dear Lady of Livrosia, I am afraid. I was handing out candies as part of a Hoketh harrowing. I saw many wonderful children dressed as knights, princesses, and even one dressed as a blue dragon. Then a group of children walked up to me, all dressed as clowns. Their costumes were so pale, they all had face paint on. Were they happy, sad, angry? I couldn't tell. Worse still, their chaperone said she was dressed as a soccer mom, and she'd ask if my candies were gluten-free. I don't even know what that means. It was the most terrifying moment of my life. I think I need a hug. Signed, can't sleep, clowns will eat me. Can't sleep, clowns will eat me.
Dear Can't Sleep, Clowns Will Eat Me, I love you. Don't worry, Hoketh's herring is only once a year. It is coming up again soon.
Hoketh's harrowing got the lady!
With the yummy sugar skulls to eat and smell of marigolds left on altars constructed for the occasion to memorialize the dead. I know that some of the things that the others celebrate may seem strange to us, but such as dressing in scary costumes and painting faces to look like whites who are absorbed in their own smug sense of superiority. If you are scared and stressed during the harrowing, spend time at a party with friends, and I bet you carried a sign that said free hugs. You'd get a few.
It's true. Dear Lady of Livrosia, you know, I got involved with some really bad people a while back, and they put me to work for them, promising that if I did what I was told, that I could see my mom again. I missed her a lot, and I've been feeling lost ever since she died. I didn't think I was hurting anyone. Just did the work they told me to do and kept to myself. I know they were doing some other things that hurt people, but I convinced myself I wasn't my problem. Now that I've been caught, the guards and others have been trying to get me to understand what I was doing hurt others. Man, I think I'm ready to admit it. But I'm still mad. Mad I won't be able to see my mom again, and mad that I was so stupid to let someone lie to me. Signed, Shadow Rider.
Dear Shadow Rider, I love you. I got your letter. I know that you were hurting even before I had someone translate it from Undercommon. I've been thinking about you a lot recently, and I wanted to let you know that sometimes getting caught by authorities is the best thing for us. Yes, you can be mad. You've lost a lot, and may not feel like you've had a way forward or a future ahead. You can overcome and grow and thrive. You have permission to mourn and grieve, and for your own change of fate. Please, don't be afraid to seek out friends in Alivast. There's so many people that will accept you done. This is a city of new starts and new beginnings. Come out of your time of reformation stronger. I know you can do it. Write to me again.
Dear Lady, I wanted to serve the traditional food of my homeland to customers here in Alivast. It is a flatbread with tomato sauce, cheese, and basil leaves on top, and I found a partner willing to help fund the venture. He is from the southern tropical island, and he insists that in addition to a traditional flatbread, he wants to serve a version of ham and a fruit he calls ananas. I think it is a horrible insult to the traditional recipe, but many people seem to enjoy it. This disagreement is threatening to sever our burgeoning business relationship. How can we overcome this? Signed, Perplexed Paisano. Was the accent a bit all over the place, or would you?
No, I just like it. Dear perplexed. I love you. I have had ananas in a variety of forms and found it pairs well with ham. The acidity and sweetness of the fruit contrast the saltiness and smokiness of the meat, though I will admit that in general cheese and acidity don't mix well, so I can't judge on your partner's recipe. That being said, as business partners, you have had a relationship that is trickier than friendship or marriage, because money is the primary concern. I would recommend talking frankly about your priorities and what is important to you. It sounds like you value tradition highly. Perhaps your islander friend is bringing some of his own traditions. Talk about this, and in the end, talk about your customers. You might enjoy the most.
Alrighty, I'm going to read. The Griffin formation spotted over city. Noble Sky Knights or Flying Goon Squad. Depends on who you ask. Sorry, some water here. There have long been rumors that the development of Alivast owned Griffin Calvary. There have been many debates in council chambers about appropriating resources to train a corps of mounted air cavalry to defend the city from not only flying enemies, but also seaborne or land-based ones. In the last few days, there have been numerous reports of formations of griffins flying over outlying areas around Alivast, and while there have been no official announcements, evidence points strongly to the formation of a group of griffin riders. It is well known that Lord Remus Corbeau has been in Alivast in recent months, and if such a group is formed, experts consider him to be the most likely person to lead them. Lord Corbeau was unavailable for comment, as he has recently been engaged in a variety of special duties. Skywatchers have seen griffins flying in formation that do not typically occur in nature. A pride or a flock of griffins typically fly in a staggered arrangement that varies not only in space but altitude to better enable them to spot their ground-based prey. The only ones that fly in tight formation are the young that stay close to their mothers. Said Phineas Gormson of the Monsters Menagerie, a group of specialized exotic creatures of Alivast. Eyewitnesses say the griffins they spotted were flying in a broad V formation with regular spacing. At first, they thought it was a group of geese at a distance, but then I realized they were griffins, said Elton Tremere, a watermelon farmer who lives northwest of the city. They were close enough that I could tell they weren't wild, but I couldn't quite make out riders. I thought I saw the flash of metal. And in addition to Troymayer, several others in outlying communities have made similar reports. In the end, people around the found the idea of Griffin Calvary in development to be a reassuring and a point of pride. Griffins and Alivast are synonymous in my mind, said Kate Badapple, a filbert orchidist. I actually feel safer knowing that someone is keeping an eye out overhead. Not everyone is thrilled with the idea of Sky Cavalry. A source close to the council who spoke on their condition their identity to be kept secret said that the unit was indeed being formed, but its ranks were being filled with, in their words, the worst sort of criminals, cowards, and subhumans. The source went on to say any damage, theft, or violence committed by this new flying penal regiment should be laid at the feet of Brork Bronze Fang. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Dolly's Pastries. Celebrate Nutvember with our homemade banana nut bread. I think that waked everybody up in the chat. What was that? What was that again?
Nut.
Louder for the people in the back.
Nut.
I didn't think you were going to get closer. Alexandos with that's first time catching one of the art streams while being watching the Unexpectables. Finally all caught up and hoping I will be able to watch it live. 1,000 bits will swing by here Wednesday next week at 7 o'clock PST. You bet you will. All hail.
I'd like to read one thing real quick.
What's up?
The Sweet Dragon would like to remember the Unexpectables.
Oh.
It's been over 5 months since anyone has seen or heard from Borky the Orc, Pennick Grimtongue, and Greckles Birdman. The brave adventurers came to Alivast as strangers with their time here called the city their home. They all came from nothing and slowly became pillars of the community. Their actions and ideals are what the people of Alivast should strive to emulate. Be their actions defending the citizens, their volunteer work, or opening up their workplace and home to all kinds. They were good men. They will be missed. I'll carry on their dreams. The Sweet Dragon is in good hands.
Helga.
Bartender, manager, new owner. Hang on.
All right, guys.
Shoto
07
Amate.
Small lowercase 07 in salute to the Unexpectables. I will now play the song. Noot, noot, noot! Noot, noot, noot! Noot, noot, noot! Noot, noot, noot! Thank you, Kiwi. That was beautiful. Nanda Kore. Nanda Core! That's a feel, reading your own obituary in the paper. Oh, I heard you're dead. Oh, what?
You heard the news.
I heard the news. Could you read Annual Dwarf Tossing Festival? Oh. If you want to read that off, that would be great, dude. Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, it
Where is it? Hang on.
it's a top,
Annual dwarf tossing.
top of the page, apparently. Right there at the top, dude.
Ah, yes. Annual dwarf tossing festival brings historical fun to Alivast. Ordinarily, the sight of a great number of dwarves in an alleyway oiling themselves up in naught but their skivvies while Goliath stretch out impatiently sounds either like a theme night for the Romantian or a sign that things in the city are about to get very, very weird. But as the summer comes to a close, these teams of dwarves and Goliaths come together to do just that in a practice for one of their most sacred dwarven cultural events, the tossing. The tossing began as a tribute to the legendary band of dwarven warriors and an unlucky Goliath herd who banded together to save their mountain keep from a necromancer. As the story goes, the necromancer had risen almost all of the surrounding areas dead, and the only way through or around the tar pit of shambling corpses was over it. Fearing that even their newfound friends might land short of the terrible wizard, the dwarves used oils from the blacksmith to make themselves slippery, ensuring that they may be able to take out some of the walking corpses and easily surround the necromancer. It is said that the far-fetched plan was so successful that a young dwarf named Skargosta, the Slayer, hit the necromancer directly, slamming into him so hard she broke his neck on impact.
Okay, I shouldn't laugh at that.
And both Dwarf and Goliath hacked and slashed their way to defeat the menace once and for all, meeting in the middle for a celebratory drink afterwards. Since that fateful day, the two-day events happen anywhere Goliaths and Dwarves happen to be, and are traditionally done in sets of 3 events: distance, height, and style.
We're going for the last one.
The distance and height tossings are self-explanatory, but the style tossing, on the other hand, are the main event. The crowd-pleasing favorite for the second day and most harshly judged part of these events. Teams hinge almost all of their work onto this competition, which sees the Goliaths toss their dwarf that have a simile of the necromancer, this year provided by Eves Meadow Academy. From 140 yards out, and its dwarf's job is to embody Sargosta, the Slayer's spirit, in striking the target down as forcefully or as creatively as possible. The winner of the contest is awarded free beers from any Dwarven-run drinking establishment for an entire week.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Would you like me to continue on?
No, I got it. While great fun, it has produced plenty of controversy from teams looking to skirt the rules. Just last year, a Goliath guardsman attempted to pass off their teammates as a dwarf, only to be revealed to be a goblin. Just as they were about to begin the distance throw, in a fit of unsportsmanlike behavior, the clocked distance for the chucked goblin in retribution was almost 400 yards, and could have easily had been more had she not hit the walls of the lower distance.
That's what happened to Scarbles. That makes sense. That makes sense. She got
Oh,
the categories
man.
are, someone said the categories are Yeet, Kobe, and Globetrotter. Then Lena, that's good. That's good. That's really good. Man, I think we should go for the dog category at the end. Globetrotter, right? Sounds like an animal, like a Pekingese. Or a Dachshund. Or a Globetrotter. They all sound... What? Oh, that was mean of me. I'm sorry.
Dashing through the snow.
I don't think you finished, actually. I'm sorry. Continue on.
The judges this year, Hedrick Meadowmane, have vowed to ensure no funny business happens on their watch, and that the tossing is a fun-filled event for everyone.
Thank you so much to Dwight Dwight Brittleberry. As well, thank you to Hazel Rumplebottom. The Hut of Hideous Laughter. Oh my. Battle Brother Breeches. Clothing for the Barbarian... No. Battle Brother Breeches. Clothing for the Barbarian Lifestyle. Located in the General District. Free battle axe polish with any purchase of 50 GP or more. Best loincloth in the city. Panic, are you free this afternoon? Marky puts down the paper. Panic, you free? Indulge your creativity. Indulge your creativity at the Romantian. Expose yourself to art and take advantage of our staff willing to pose for you while you paint them. Or paint on them. The Cheeses of Alivast. On sale now at all finest bookstores in Alivast. Not a me in it at all. But Connor, I think I should read off this last one before we read everybody off here. I think I'm going to read off The Hut of Hideous Laughter.
Indeed.
This reporter goes through many forms of taverns and back alley street performances in order to provide the readers an introduction to the strange. If someone here were to walk through the middle entertainment district, they would find some various stalls of insanity. If one were to take a left past 3 fingers, Frito fire and sword toss, they would find the Hut of Hideous Laughter. This reporter sat down with the owner of the Hideous Laughter to explain the founding of his comedic cafe. A Mr. Hookie Honker had this to say, and to clarify to the readers, the man is 90 years old. Well, let's start at the beginning. I always wanted to make someone laugh so hard they peed themselves. I used to keep yelling knock-knock jokes until they hit me or peed themselves. That's the goal as a comedian anyway. Anyways, I enrolled into the Bardic College of Satire. That's right. You large whippersnapper. You don't need to play an instrument to be a bard, just a clear voice and an encyclopedia knowledge of sex jokes. Where was I? Oh, yeah, so I joined the adventuring party and began to earn my fortune. The greatest achievement will forever be watching a blue adult dragon roll on the floor laughing after I told it my signature joke. Okay. What's red and smells like blue paint? Red paint. Get it? Anyways. After 30 years of adventuring, I decided to retire and come to Alivast. That's when I opened the Hut of Hideous Laughter, named it after my favorite spell. This reporter then brought up the controversy surrounding the performance, which has received great reviews by the audiences. Mr. Honker said, well, okay, well, when you were my age and you had powerful spells, you want to use them. It's not harming anybody. I used glibness all the time when I was adventuring with the Unwanted Company. Never heard of them? Yeah, they're quite famous. For those who aren't arcane proficient, glibness is a spell that turns anything a person says into either a perfect deception or gives the user an aura of diplomacy, if you will. It's a powerful spell that very few know and can turn a homeless person into a Prince Charming. You can convince someone the moon is made of cheese or beholders worship the sun for an hour. For bards already being masters of verbal influence, this spell makes them invincible in any social encounter. However, Mr. Honker has found a different use. I was reading that whole thing. That's him. Yeah, I use a spell before my performance, and I have a perfect show every time. I just stood up there and farted the entire time, and the audience loved it. One time, I just whispered, pudding, for an hour, and they loved it. It makes everything way easier, and I don't have to come up with new material anymore. The audience always leaves laughing. This reporter had confirmed that the audiences do enjoy the show. Many members of Entertainment District are appalled by this use of magic. Miss Leslie Fluffernutter, who runs a local comedy club called What's the Difference? She commented, I'm a hard-working comedian who spends hours writing up new material and making sure the audience enjoys the show. When this little fart just stands there on stage and it gets 5-star reviews, that's bull. This reporter apologized for the use of foul language. Miss Honker responded to these accusations. I don't care if it's no talent thinks I'm cheating. Most mages assume bards are scoundrels who abuse the magic to begin with. I'm not unique, just old. I'm not doing anything illegal, and people pay 50 gold a night to see me. They keep coming back, so what's the harm? Is this an abuse of magic or appreciation of hard work and dedication of bards? Who knows? This is Jacobite, signing off.
He farted.
No, he did. He did. He truly did. Also, Fluffernutter almost got me. This is fantastic. I love this. Addressing the pigeon in the room. Well, pigeons are common nuisances in any city. It is undisputable fact that Alivast pigeons are just plain weird. Not a single pigeon in the city looks the same, as many of them are sporting bizarre physical features. Most residents have dreaded receiving letters from these odd birds. However, over the course of the year, some people have taken to surprising fondness to pigeons. Delicious, delicious pigeons. And you can read that over at the Alivast Oracle, and you can also check out the Eastern Isles number puzzle and intelligence check. Yes, indeed, these games are made
much more.
Oh yes, thank you so much to the
applied to you.
What's it?
It's also applied to you by Sky on Air, Scalfar, Froggy's mom, Fenrir lives, Jim the Rabid Cow, August Christopher, Ant Jaws, and Krakatan.
Well, thank you so much to all of them for sending this in. And once again, this amazing picture made by August Christopher. I cannot overstate. By the way, I wanted to say this photo up here looked amazing with the dragons, with the Griffin riders flying around. Like, it looks amazing.
Absolutely.
I love, again, it's just, I don't know, there's this thing he does with pens. I can't. It's God.
It's the sheer power of a medical artist, I guess.
That is just nothing is missed. I know exactly what's happening. I can tell the movement from everything. It's just really cool, and of course, the way he draws his castles. It's just.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but no. But thank you. The Oracle's always a blast. I agree, Darky Arts. Thank you again to everyone involved in the Alivast Oracle. And a big rundown again. Thank you, Connor, for thanking them. But Sky on Air, Scalfar, Froggy's mom, Fenrir lives, Jim the Rabid Cow, August Christopher, Ant Draws, and Krakatan. Thank you all so much. Can we get a link to the most recent paper? Yeah, I'll grab it right now for you guys. And there it is. Go send some support that way, guys.